Namaste, yogis, and welcome. So we're going to do a little stretch that you can do for the upper body and the lower body and just help yourself relax a little bit in the middle of the day or as you're passing from room to room, or if you have a little bit of shoulder injury or strain, and also the legs. So we've been working with keeping the knees soft, because when we lock our knees, we actually tense things up and lose some stability. So when you're standing on the ground, find your feet hip distance apart, toes facing forward, and then just lift the toes gently. Lengthen the spine. And just find these points in the body that you can actually grow out of. I'm going to take it for a moment because it's slow and steady. See how the hips drop, the waist expands, and then you can turn your palms to face forward if you'd like. You can lower your toes down. Now keep that length in the body. And we'll just bend the right knee, come onto the ball of the foot, and we're going to make some circles with the right knee, the right hip. If you've been sitting a while and it gets a little tense on one side or your chair's lopsided, so please remember to check your chairs, then do this little circle. Release some of that tension in the hip. Then do the other way. Rolling the knee, the ankle, foot in. And then find a wall or your chair, hold on to it. If you want to work a little bit more on the top of the foot, let's turn the toes under and just feel that stretch. It's a nice way of releasing. Notice on the left hip, sometimes we have a tendency to kick it out. Try to keep it long. And then if you want to just experiment a little bit more with your balance, lift that right leg just a little bit. You don't have to go far. We're just toying. See if you can keep lifted out of the left hip. Shoulders are square and broad. Then lower that right foot down. Come back into a standing position. In fact, let's place our hands on our hips and push the hips down into the heels. Keep the toes soft and just feel how you feel. We'll do the other side. So when you're ready, you're going to keep the knees soft. Come onto the ball of the foot on the left foot, and then just make some circles with that knee, the ankle, feel that rotation, and then take it the other way. I think I did a little backwards this way, but you guys will get used to it. I don't do anything the normal way. Lower the left foot down, lift your toes again. Feel how soft you feel in the knees, because you can't lock them. See if you can stack the bones on top of each other, the ankles, the knees, the hips, shoulders, then lower the toes down. Then once again, lower the hands down if you'd like, or keep them on your hips. And we're just gonna find balance. You can also hold onto your chair. We're gonna curl the toes under on the left foot. Push into the top of that foot. Find the ball of the big toe mound on the right foot. Watch that right hip. Sometimes it's nice to hold it so that we don't do the dump. And then go ahead and release that left foot. And come back to standing. Soften the knees. Lift the kneecaps. That's what we're doing there. And just feel the calves. Now let's play with the shoulders a little bit. So we'll take our hand out to the wall, if you find one near you. And it's going to be level with the shoulder. The hand and palm is going to push into the wall. This is simple enough. This is actually strenuous. I know you guys think that I'm not doing anything right now, but when I push into this hand, I'm activating all the muscles and the nerves on this side. So as you push into the hands, the fingers, just feel that. Keep the knees soft, spine long. Do that for a couple of breaths and just feel the release. And then if you lower that left hand down, you're going to find it grew. You got a little longer because we took some of the tension out. If you want to experiment with it a little bit more, walk closer to the wall. Take the left hand and reach it behind you. You can reach it all the way behind you. You can just come back a little bit and keep the shoulders as square as you can, the hips as square as you can. So that's where this hand and the hip kind of helps. If you're off kilter a little bit, it happens. Life's like that, right? Feel yourself open up in the chest. Feel yourself lengthen. Then you can lower that left hand down and just notice that you've opened up the front of your chest. If you want to go further, that hand can come all the way behind you. So you can reach it behind you and you can walk your feet closer to the wall. This really opens up the front. The hand is spread, the fingers are spread. Breathe into it. Keep the head over your heart. Push down into the feet, stack your bones. And if you see my head turning, it's because I'm looking at Heather. So, and you don't have to stay long. You can lower that left hand down and just feel the difference. For you wild ones, you can take that hand behind you. You can turn the feet so that they face in towards the center of the room. And this is another intense stretch that's around the heart Really opens things up. You don't need to do it long. Then lower that hand down. I don't know if you can see the difference, but they definitely have grown on my left side. So if you wanted to pass a doorway, just do a short practice. You can place your hands against the doorway and harden the back side. Inhale, push into the wall, and then just draw yourself forward. Feel the shoulder blades come together, the front of the body opens up, and push back. You can do that a couple of times. You can actually just do it against a wall, like a little push-up. Much better than doing it on the ground, right? So much easier. And you're still opening things up. Another thing is you walk through doorways, just go ahead and take one hand up and reach for it. The next time you come back through the other way, reach the other hand up. It's a nice simple stretch. Your family will think you're crazy, but that's okay. It's good for you. It's lengthening the body. It's strengthening the body. So we've done a little bit of a recap here. So we worked with the feet by stretching the toes up, finding our arches. We lowered the toes down and kept them nice and light because they're not supposed to carry the brunt of our weight. In fact, when you wear high heels, you're putting a lot of stress on that. So we're going to come up onto the balls of the foot. We do those little circles with our ankles and our knees. We lowered it back down and came to a standing position. We did both sides. And then we curled the toes under for a stretch on the front of the foot and the leg. Hopefully you felt solid in your foundation. And then you would have come to the wall. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see what's happening from the back side. So my hand's against the wall and I'm going to walk away. The whole palm is against the wall. And just feel the energy within the veins, circulation. Head is over the pelvis. Feet are hip distance apart. You can make adjustments anytime you need to. And then you can lower that hand down and feel the difference. If you're going a little closer, you would just take that hand here, open up the front of the chest. Maybe you can see that this side is closing in towards the spine. Keep drawing the tailbone down. In fact, if you want to place your hand on the back side to draw it down, it's not a bad idea, especially for those of us who have a tendency to stick out our derrieres. And then the more intense way is to take that arm behind you. You don't have to go too close. Just reach it back, fingers are spread. Again, keep drawing the tailbone down. Another option is to turn your feet. So your feet are going one way and your arms going the other. It's a little bit more of a side stretch. All the while you're breathing, yogis. And then just ask yourself, what am I touching? What's it feel like? Lower that hand down. Do both sides. Remember, you can always go through your doorway, touch the sides, stretch yourself. Movement is key. You can take your knees around in circles and take them the other way. There you have it. A little bit of fun. Namaste.